It started as a typical day at the airport, filled with the rush of rolling suitcases and boarding calls. But when a young black woman was stopped at the gate, everything changed. A flight attendant's cold stare turned into suspicion, and minutes later, 2 police officers appeared, surrounding her. Cameras started recording, passengers whispered, and fear filled her eyes. No one asked for the truth, just assumptions and bias. But when her father arrived, the truth would silence the entire terminal. Watch until the end to see what happened next. Wait a second. Tell us where you're watching from in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe for more powerful stories like this. Maya was 20, a university student heading home after a long semester. Dressed casually in a cream tracksuit, headphones around her neck, and a quiet smile on her face, she looked like any other traveler. Her father, Richard Harris, was a powerful name in aviation, the CEO of the very airline she was flying with. But Maya preferred to travel anonymously. She believed in earning respect as herself, not through her last name. As she rolled her pink suitcase through the bustling airport, she noticed people glancing at her, some friendly, others judging. It wasn't new. She'd learned to ignore it. She found her seat near the window, ready for the short flight. But the calm didn't last. A flight attendant, sharply dressed, kept watching her with uneasy suspicion, as if Maya didn't belong there. What started as quiet discomfort was about to turn into public humiliation. The attendant approached, her tone polite but icy. She asked to see Maya's ticket again, even though it had already been scanned. Maya complied, thinking it was a simple mistake. But the woman's eyes narrowed as she scanned the name, her mind racing with prejudice instead of reason. She whispered something to another crew member who nodded discreetly. Moments later, 2 uniformed police officers entered the gate area. Maya froze when she saw them, unsure what was happening. Passengers watched curiously as the officers asked Maya to step aside. Someone muttered, "What did she do?" The flight attendant claimed Maya was acting suspiciously and had refused instructions, neither of which was true. Maya's voice trembled as she tried to explain, but the officers' expressions said it all. They had already made up their minds. The attendant gestured toward Maya's luggage, insisting it needed to be checked for security concerns. Phones came out. Whispers spread. Maya stood there, a picture of disbelief and quiet dignity, surrounded by uniformed authority and public judgment. Inside, her heart pounded with the pain of every time she'd been treated as less than. She thought of her father, how proud he was, how hard he worked to make the skies safer for everyone. And now, his own daughter was being humiliated in front of strangers by the airline he led. As the officers prepared to escort Maya away, a voice thundered across the terminal, calm, deep, and unmistakably powerful. Richard Harris arrived, his ID badge still hanging from his neck, eyes burning with disbelief. He had received a call from airline security about an incident involving a disruptive passenger. When he saw his daughter surrounded by officers and a flight attendant holding her arm, time stopped. Without saying a word, he handed his CEO credentials to the officers. Silence swept the area. The attendant's confidence crumbled as realization dawned. She had just profiled the daughter of the company's chief executive. Every whisper, every glance turned toward her. Richard didn't yell. He didn't need to. His silence carried the weight of generations of injustice. The incident went viral within hours, sparking outrage nationwide. The airline launched an internal investigation, and the flight attendant was suspended. But for Maya, the damage couldn't be undone. She forgave, but not easily. Her father later implemented sweeping reforms within the company, mandating empathy and anti-bias training for every employee. He stood before the press and said, "If my daughter weren't recognized, this story would have ended differently." That's the problem. Maya became a voice for change, speaking publicly about what happened, not to shame, but to teach. Her story wasn't just about one flight, but about millions who faced judgment before being heard. And as the world watched, one question echoed louder than ever. How many more will it take before equality truly takes off? Please tell us where you're watching from. Take care.